What's going on, guys? Steve Blake here, and today we're talking a little bit about business expenses. Now, I know you're not probably thinking of seeing any business related videos on a sneaker review channel, but if you guys have been following me for a long time, you do know that I do run my own company and I do have some experience dealing with business, and most recently some more experience with filing taxes. So if you're like me and you grew up with a family that's lower middle class, they don't really know any of these tax filing ideas and secrets, especially when it comes to running your own business. I basically have made a video here with some of the tips that I wish someone had told me. So the first thing that I want to talk about is what is a business expense. So typically you might have that friend or family member that has their own business and they'll write off things and they'll usually make a scene about it at dinner. Well, oh, don't worry, it's a tax write-off. Well, you really have to be careful when it comes to claiming things like this, and the best way I like to explain business expenses are anything that's both necessary and usual to your business operation. So if you run a pizzeria as a small business owner, you can't expense your sneaker purchases. Doesn't matter. Typically, the federal government and your accountant is not going to say that's usual to running a business. For me, I make income from YouTube. I can write off some sneaker purchases that I make. It's both usual and necessary for my business to work. Now, on the other side of things, when I get invoiced 1099 for consulting with companies, I can write off things that were usual and necessary, such as if I use my cell phone. A good way of doing this is you can calculate the percentage of time you used your phone across the entire year and divide it by the cost of your cell phone bill. You can expense miles, but you really want to make sure that you're logging these things. You're logging your miles, you're making sure you're logging your minutes, and you can do a best guess within reason. The IRS isn't going to come too hard on you, but you're always going to want to make sure that you have some sort of written record, and that's the main thing. Now, it gets a little crazy keeping track of receipts, and I know this is going to kind of sound like I'm advertising for them. Expensify, if you are watching, if you guys just want to cut me a check, that's great, but this is an awesome free tool I've had. I put a couple from my friends onto it, and essentially you just take a picture of your receipt, you can put in the date, how much it was for, and categorize it, and it literally puts it into a sheet for you, so you don't have to worry about having that envelope of 100 receipts from your past fiscal year. You can have it all in a cloud space, and you can constantly go back and check it and have it as a reference point. God forbid your records get burned down. God forbid you can't find something when you get audited. Here it is all in one place. You don't have to worry about it so much. It's an awesome tool. So guys, that's just a couple things to keep in mind as you file your taxes. I actually used TurboTax today. I don't usually like online things, but I tried it out for the first time. It was pretty cool. And then when I was finished, they gave me a 20% off coupon, like for my next time to use it. I don't know how often they think I'm filing taxes, but if you guys want that code, you can just take it. I'll link it down in the description for you guys. And I'm also going to send a link a little bit more about that article that I talked about, or I referenced in the usual and necessary business expenditures, to kind of give you an idea to make sure for your own business what you can be writing off. And at the end of the day, if you have any questions, definitely see an accountant. I'm not a CPA. So while my advice here is helpful and it's genuine, every single person's situation is super unique. I can't give tailored answers per your business. So if you are trying to file taxes and be the safest way possible, definitely sit down with an accountant because they are wealth of knowledge. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button for me. It goes a long way. Steve Blake signing out. Peace, guys.